Good morning, everyone. Well, today it is not hot, it is not humid, and now I have a tree on my chicken fence. Part of my walnut tree broke in the last so many hours, and so I've got to get up there and try to get that taken care of. I've been doing I've been upset all morning. I've been crying, just thinking about everything. You know, passion versus wisdom. Okay, let me explain this. Passion is what's in your heart. Wisdom is what's in your mind. And I like to think of passion as a little silk pillow kind of shaped pouch with a nice little ribbon, a little silk ribbon, and it's hanging there, and I can put my passions in it. People I love, people that I admire, people that I respect, how I feel about specific things, my loves. That's my passion. But my mind sometimes doesn't match my passions. Sometimes I make an opinion based on my passion. Sometimes we got to separate heart and mind. I was born in 1969, and 74, 75, that time frame, I assume there was a lot of racial stuff going on. I didn't see it. I didn't understand it. Maybe a child's mind just doesn't go there. I would go and play with two little black girls. My mother never stopped me. You know why? Because it was the right thing to do. I wasn't in their shoes. I didn't hear their parents talking about things that have happened or what's going on in their, I don't want to say community, because we all lived in the same community. When I grew up a little bit more and got a little more with it, I saw things and I didn't understand it. Let's see, I will be married 29 years this coming first. I guess that would be Wednesday. I've been out here over 30 years. And when I moved out here, it was a very different place than where I grew up, where my parents were living. One lived in Ohio in one area, and then one lived in Cincinnati in another area. So I've always lived in the greater Cincinnati area. My grandfather always had 200 acres. I think it was 200 acres over here in Indiana, very close to where I am now. I played on those 200 acres. I hunted on those 200 acres. I put fence up on those 200 acres. I rode my horses on those 200 acres. Coon hunted, fox hunted, squirrel hunted, mushroom hunted, ginseng hunted. So, having lived in both areas, it was hard to understand racism. It was hard to understand sexism. I mean, when I came out here, it was hard for me to get a job doing the things I wanted to do. I did some roofing, I did some decking, um, I did some machining. I even worked the feed mill for 2.5 years, and there there was a there was an instant when I had several customers, and out here there's few black people. This guy was so awesome. He was he worked in Cincinnati as a catering chef with a company, but he lived out here and had a little farm, had goats and everything. And he was always very polite to me, older gentleman, ready to retire. And he was getting oats for his goats. And I had another farmer, a white male, probably about the same age as him, come in chest out saying, I was here first. I was like, no, you were not. This gentleman was here first. And that gentleman wanted to step back, the black gentleman. And I said, no. I said, you were here first. I'm getting your oats. And this white man was so mad. I need you to grind my feet. I need you to get this done right now because it's going. I was like, when I get his oats. I only had to fill like 3 100-pound bags. He had his bags, did his Miller knots. The white gentleman said, well, I'm going to go over and talk to your boss. I was like, well, go ahead. I'm going to help this gentleman, then I'll be ready to weigh and grind your feed. Because what his process was very long. He had to pull in his truck. We had to weigh it. We had to, dump his load into the grinder and then weigh his truck again and get the difference of the truck, and then start the grinder and then start adding the stuff to the grinding in order to make his feed. That wasn't the point. The point is he wasn't there first. I really, really have a hard time with racism. But we need to figure this out. I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I'm trying not to cry. Passion versus wisdom. I would help anyone that needed help. I will say hello to everyone. I will greet people wherever I am. I am polite. I am always polite. And I don't care what you look like, smell like, because let me tell you, sometimes I smell like a billy goat when I go somewhere, and I am dressed in raggy bib overalls and an old sweaty hat, and my ponytail probably has straw in it or weeds or whatever. Passion versus wisdom. There are times when our hearts override our minds. We're so passionate about a path that we want to take with others that we forget to listen to our mind who's saying, you know what? These people may not be the best people to hang with because they're doing some really rotten things. We have the same passion, but their minds are different. They're thinking about it different. So separate yourself from them. It's okay. It's okay to separate yourself from the majority mindset. It's okay. I have so many passions that it's hard for me to understand people that don't have passions. Animals are a passion of mine. I have been reading animal encyclopedias and information I watched Wild Kingdom all I could as a little one, and that was fun because on Sunday nights, from like, I think it was 7 to 9 was my TV time. You had Wild Kingdom, and there was another show, and then you had Disney. Disney did their movie for the Sunday night family special. That was my time at the TV. And I can guarantee you, if there was an animal show on of any kind, any nature, PBS, whatever, growing up, I was watching it. Animals are a passion of mine. But people should be a passion of mine as well. And people that don't have the same mindset as me are still important to me. I will not forsake anybody because their mindset is different than me, until they prove that they're not worth it anymore. We need to get back to the simple ways of life for a while and let all of the mindsets of other people just kind of float over there in your cloud, if whatever the cloud thing is, because getting back to more simple ways of thinking is going to save us, which means daily requirements to success, or to survive in most cases, is money. Money is the core. It's the core. What we have to do to make our money for our core to survive. Now, then we have to figure out, what do we do with that money in order to succeed or survive the next step, which are your daily requirements or your household bills. If you have livestock, how you're going to feed them. That's important. Less spending, more saving in terms of learning how to shop correctly or to look for deals. I don't have time in my life to worry about people's mindsets because I can't change them. But I can see them, and I see them, and I'm not thrilled about being out there. Just not. No matter where I go, there's something that I see that just I cannot believe that I'm seeing. We need to get back to the basics of life. I think there's an old country song, The Basics of Life. Back to the Basics of Life. It was in the chorus, I think. It was one of them older singers. Oliver Anthony has become this musical phenomenon. Is the only phenomenon. Dun, 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 phenomenon. I just had to do it. But anyway, if you listen to the words in one mindset, you hear one thing. And if you listen to it in another mindset, you hear another. If you look at it in the middle, without your passions getting in the way, don't look at it with your heart, look at it with your mind if you're going to critique it. Just saying. I could sing songs all day long that would affect one mindset over another. But those that get it probably are not looking at it with either mindset. Just remember. Think with your wisdom, not with your passion. Sometimes our passions, maybe we should go through them and organize them, categorize them, Maybe see if any of them have been outdated. And pull them out of that little satin heart in there and get rid of them. Let them fly on this air. I swear, I am so happy that I can breathe right now. It's not humid. There's a breeze. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. It's supposed to be quite nice the rest of the week coming up, so hopefully we'll have that. Passion versus wisdom. Y'all have a good day. Hugs from a distance. I might even make some farm videos today just because people want to see Solomon or Orchid and Lily. They need to go on an adventure. I did turn my little chickens out today. They're staying in a little group, but I've noticed that my bigger chickens are kind of picking on them, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out there and try to figure it out. I'm hoping that, like this evening when my bigger chickens go to bed, maybe they'll come closer to their area. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. But I did turn them loose. They needed exercise, and they need to get out there and look around, so I need to get some food out there to them so they don't get beat up at the feeder. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Busy here.